was all just a bad dream. Wait. No, it wasn't. Because I'm still here. Welcome back to Expressing My Thoughts, the show where I take a look at the weirdest pieces of media out there and give my general opinion on them. So, I was on a trip recently, and it was very terrible, thank you for asking, but considering that I was going to stay in, like, a very small room with not much to do, I did bring a few movies with me to ease the pain a little bit. I watched Death of a Unicorn for the first time, nothing like seeing Princess Celestia disemboweling people to start your morning. I watched Werner Herzog's delightful little riot movie, Even Dwarves Start Small. I watched Bob Ross's The Joys of Painting. Betting Barn. But then there was one film that I saw that stood out from the rest. One where I'm still not 100% sure on what to think of it. One film that could be described as anything: an autistic horror, a fever dream, AI slop, a screen-recorded first-person shooter game. You could say anything about this movie, and neither of those descriptions would be wrong. Everyone, I give you what is single-handedly the dumbest movie I have ever seen in my life: Baby Invasion.
What the hell was that?
Widely released in April of 2025 and created by experimental Californian film director and also my icon, Harmony Korine, Baby Invasion is... well, there's no easy way to say it. It's brain rot. The whole movie is the literal textbook origin definition of brain rot. And normally I wouldn't say it's Korine's fault, but considering that the studio who made this is also owned by him, I would say that it is, but it would just make me come off as a hypocrite considering my sense of humor. I don't know. All I could say is, this movie has defeated me. When it comes to weird cinema, I don't think we're ever going to top this. The bar has been cleared so thoroughly that it's now being used as a coaster, and it would probably be enough to end expressing my thoughts on its own. But you know that's never going to happen. Even with a movie as rotten as this, though, I will have to give credit where credit is due. It would feel wrong of me if I didn't at least list some itty-bitty things that I actually liked about it. First of all, I really like the music. It was done by EDM musician William Bevan, also known as Burial, and call me a sucker for this type of dance music. I live in the UK, and from what I remember, they used to play this type of music a lot on the radio. Only real ones remember Hallucinogen. But I like these sort of trippy, blaring beats a lot, giving the film an even more surreal feeling than it already had. Let me be honest, it's hard not to bop your head to this movie. Secondly, I want to live in this movie so badly. Again, it's probably because California is one of my dream locations to visit, and Korine is from California, but look at these damn villas, the trees, that dirty looking road, and that sun is straight up okay. I like that it uses a fisheye lens. Like, any movie that uses a fisheye lens in general just makes me happy. And lastly, but certainly not leasty, there's the case of how it uses AI. Now, I've gone on time and time again about how much I don't like the usage of AI in the business side of things, as with everyone else on the planet. Entirely using it as a replacement for actual hardworking artists who create art for a living, sacrificing the work's integrity in the process. Understandably, no one likes it. As a matter of fact, a collective of music artists over here, including Kate Bush, Damon Albarn, Jamiroquai, Tori Amos, and plenty more, made a completely silent 12-track album advocating against the UK's plans to legalize it. Strictly because the business practices that use it are often soulless, shady, or in worst cases, downright dangerous. But I say this again, Korine doesn't care. He wears that as a badge of honor. I can't believe I'm saying this, but it's honestly kind of admirable in a way. Korine is a smart guy, and he always loves to do random stuff like that with a purpose, and he did express his disappointment with the film industry, with people shying away from it, because of how creatively bankrupt everything nowadays is, and this was his own weird way of winning everyone back. And honestly, the way Korine uses it is so harmless and, dare I say, shitposty that it doesn't really matter. It's not being used for pushing any artistic statement like on The Brutalist, or fixing any rough sketches like on Late Night with the Devil. This is purely being used, literally, for shits and giggles. Actually, the main big problem I have with it is that it gets really boring after a while. And if I'm getting bored from visuals as weird as this, then it has impressively failed. And let me tell you, I'm not against single set-piece movies at all. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of them that are really, really good. Assault on Precinct 13 and Big Trouble in Little China are essentially two big fight scenes that drag out for 90 minutes. Buried takes place entirely in a wooden casket and is absolutely terrifying. And Hardcore Henry was also shot and paced like a video game similar to Baby Invasion, and that movie was awesome. So how Korine wasn't able to make this work, even with a lot of smart decisions at hand, is beyond me. Chances are that a few years from now, people are going to call this groundbreaking or ahead of its time, and knowing Korine's back catalog of really divisive films, I could see that. But right now, I'm just going to say this with no irony whatsoever. Baby Invasion is the Actually, no, I'm not even going to say that. You can't make me. And what makes it even worse is that this is apparently the base layer of a much bigger film, since there's supposed to be 4 other ones hidden within it. No! I'm not going to review them. I don't care. This thing came out just as I was finishing up with the Harmony Korine ranking. I had to wait yet another mountain of months in order to see it. Edgelord put what is effectively a multi-layered shitpost under a paywall, and it's not even that good. I'm not doing it. You know what? Fuck this. I'm done.